Oh, yours is less.
Missing half my
I don't
council.
drink that much.
Julian.
Mayor, can we give the additional council members 2 more minutes, please?
Sure. Please put 2 minutes on the clock. Y'all move over.
Mayor, this is Zoe Burgess, your city clerk. This regular city council meeting of April 26th is being held with a quorum of City of Westlake Council physically in attendance at the Westlake Council Chambers, 4005 Seminole Pratt Whitney Road. Public comments may be accepted prior to the meeting utilizing the electronic comment card available on the city's website. Public comments are also permitted at the appropriate time during the meeting. The mayor will call for such during public comments, and you may participate at this time utilizing the system's virtual hand feature and waiting to be acknowledged. Please note this meeting is being recorded, both voice and video, and to remember your mic may be live. I will mute any microphones that carry any feedback or interruptions. If you are a caller that has been muted, you may unmute yourself by pressing *6. Any person in the virtual meeting causing a disruption or being inappropriate will be removed from the meeting. If I may also remind those physically in attendance, please utilize microphones so that the virtual audience and a clear recording of the meeting is produced. Thank you, Mayor O'Connor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I will call to order the regular city council meeting of April 26, 2023 at 6:10 p.m. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Leonard,
Present.
Councilman Martinez,
Present.
Councilwoman Valladon,
Present.
Vice Mayor Langowski,
Present.
Mayor O'Connor.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. If you are able, please stand and join me for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do we have any additions, deletions, or modifications to the agenda? If none, may I entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you.
We have a motion by Vice Mayor Langowski, seconded by Councilwoman Leonard. Roll call. Councilwoman Leonard,
Yes.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilwoman Valladon,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Public comments. This section of the agenda allows for comments from the public to speak. Each speaker will be given a total of 3 minutes to comment. A public comment card should have been completed and turned into the city clerk. When you are called to speak, please go to the podium, unmute your device, and prior to addressing the council, state your name and address for the record. Do we have any public comments?
Mayor received a public comment card from Kevin Summy. Please go to the podium. You have 3 minutes. Please state your name and address.
3 minutes.
Kevin Summy, 15763 Goldfinch Circle. Has there been any discussion about traffic signals and flashing arrows? I see some at some points, but the one at Town Center North and Seminole Ridge, my goodness, we can wait 5-6 minutes with no traffic coming. And have we even discussed that? I may be late to the party here, but.
Absolutely. Ken?
Yes. Traffic signals are the counties. We have been working with them. We also have requested and actually agreed to pay for modifications to the signals to have, as you see in some other cities where a left-hand turn signal, if it's like on Seminole Pratt, right now, the left-hand turn signal turns red. So you could be sitting there with no traffic and you can't go.
Okay.
What they're looking at is putting in, you've probably seen them in other places, it's actually a 4-signal light.
Mhm.
And it goes green and then it'll start flashing yellow so that you could still make a left-hand turn
That's correct.
as northbound traffic's going.
Do we not have one on Persimmon?
There is
pretty-
one way on percent, no.
I know I've seen a flashing yellow. and
There's
whatnot.
one at one of the signals that's there, but yes, they're going to be working Seminole Pratt and redoing those. County's just working it into their schedule to do it.
Thank you, thank you. Just for my edification here, is the city workers contractors or are they hired Westlake? I'm sorry, I may be behind on this.
The structure of the city of Westlake is totally unique to all cities in the state of Florida. The city has no employees.
Is that
I'm
going to
con-
change eventually?
It's the charter that has no employees. Everybody's a contract individual. The people that you see in the field are actually Seminole Improvement District, and they are contracted also.
Okay.
So Seminole Improvement, it was set up this way to basically minimize or negate the issues that most cities come into later down the road when they have the unfunded liabilities of pensions, et cetera, and your taxes go up to pay them.
I understand that. I'm just, is
Yeah,
there
no,
any, you said that was put in the city charter.
Yes, sir.
Is there any leeway for that on down the road within that charter? Or is that the way it's going to be?
Yeah,
It would
I
would
mean,
have to be a charter
Yeah,
change.
much like everything in the charter, it could always be amended by a vote of the council, but
Oh,
you know,
citizens.
personally,
I have no problem. I'm
I
just,
like
I'm
the
just trying to,
Design of the city.
I'm just trying to get
Keeps us
myself.
very lean. It keeps us best use of tax dollars.
Okay, so the city has no, for the traffic lights, the city has
That's the
no,
county. But we have
But
a
it's being
working
worked on.
relationship with them. They're working on it.
and we have approached them about,
Yes.
you guys are doing a good job. City workers are doing a good job. Thank you for your service.
Appreciate your comments. Do we have any more public comments, Madam Clerk?
I have no additional public comment cards. We'll give the virtual audience a moment to raise their virtual hand. If you're a virtual attendee, please raise your virtual hand. Please unmute your device, state your name and address. You have 3 minutes. I have no additional comments, Mayor.
Mr. Mayor. One additional comment, kind of a selfish plug, but for your edification and others, once a month I have a online coffee with the manager, 6 p.m. It's on the city's agenda sheets. So everybody's welcome to get on. I kind of give a manager's view of what's going on, what's happening, what's coming, things that I can share publicly. And answer questions as that, you know, is there traffic? Can we get a stop sign here? What happens here? All those kind of things. I'll take the questions. I'll answer to my best ability or get an answer back for you. Or if it's something that has to be a council decision or a Seminole Improvement District decision, I'll take it back to those appropriate boards and be able to get back with you with an answer. It's usually the third Tuesday of the month.
Next month is May 16th.
May
at
16th, 6 p.m. It's online. Used to hold them in purpose, but after COVID, we went online. Online seems to work because I get a few more people show up.
Excellent. It's moving forward to the consent agenda. This section of the agenda consists of routine or administrative items that require final approval by the city council and may be approved in its entirety by a single motion. There will be no discussion of these items unless a council member requests such, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered on a future agenda. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Langowski, seconded by Councilwoman Valleron. Roll call, Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilwoman Valleron,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor,
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. Presentations and proclamations. We have Mr. Scott Dudley here. He's the Executive Director with the Florida League of Mayors to present our local second place winner for an essay, If I Were a Mayor contest.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I'm Scott Dudley with the Florida League of Cities. It was nice as soon as I walked in, I got to hear a reference to the League of Cities, and I like hearing that. So thanks. And on behalf of the league, I want to thank you all for your public service, not just the elected officials, but city managers, city attorneys, the clerk, it's hard work and we appreciate what you all do. And the league is ready to help you whenever we can. We're here for you. So I have the distinct honor of, I'm the executive director of an organization called the Florida League of Mayors, of which Mayor O'Connor is a member. And we yearly have a competition called If I Were Mayor. And it's hosted, it's both the League of Cities and the League of Mayors run that contest. And it's open to 6th, 7th, and 8th graders around the state. And this year we received about 800 different submittals, essays. Some were good, some not as good. But it was really cool just to see 6th, 7th, and 8th graders kind of look about what their, what they would do if they were in an elected position. It gives them an opportunity to learn about city government, about home rule, and really important concepts. As you know, the League of Cities, we've been, since for over 100 years, we've been the voice of Florida cities. We represent all 411 cities in the state. The League of Mayors has been around since 2005, and it's an effort to try to bring mayors together to just talk about issues that really often only mayors deal with, as the person who's running the meetings, or just strong mayors, council former mayors, just all the different ways try to create networking of your peers. And so it's been a real value to a lot of mayors. And the League of Mayors and the League of Cities, we are here tonight to present somebody from your fair city as the second place winner of the If I Were Elected Mayor contest. And she will be receiving a $250 gift card, a plaque, and our appreciation and just her, I'm going to read a little bit of her essay in just a second. But Isabel Jo Pettit from the Western Pines Community Middle School is the recipient. Parents, if you want to join, you can. If your parents want to join us, they can do that. So I'm going to read you briefly just some of the, you all know resolutions better than most, so I won't go through all the whereases. So whereas more than 750 essays from across the state were received, with only 3 winners selected from that number, a first, second, and third place winner. Whereas this essay wonderfully described what Isabel would do to make her community a better place if she were elected mayor. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Florida League of Cities and the League of Mayors hereby support and honor Isabel as the second place winner of the 2023 If I Were Elected Mayor contest. And if I could, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to just read a little bit about it. She covered the bases, and it's pretty cool. Congratulations to you on it. If I were elected mayor of a city, I would take proactive approach to make my city a great place to live. Great place to start, right? I would focus on improving the quality of life for all citizens by investing in public services, housing, and education. I'd work to create jobs, strengthen local businesses, and attract new businesses to the area. I would also strive to make our city safer and more secure by investing in law enforcement and public safety initiatives. Mayor, you might want to watch your seat.
I'm taking notes.
Mayor, if you would present that, and I'll stand here in the picture with you. And I know what she's really waiting for is this part of it, the $250 check.
Check, yeah.
There you go. You want to give the 3 of us, then we can get a family in too.
All right. Very well done. Congratulations.
Absolutely. Yes.
Let's do a picture with the council up on the day.
Zoe, can you go to the main PowerPoint slide where it has the seal? So
There you go. Yeah.
We're standing or sitting?
What do you guys think? What's better?
Want us to stand or sit?
Money.
Congratulations.
Thank you for indulging us. Let's do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yeah, right here.
Yes.
If you need an endorsement, let me know. Fantastic. Thank you, Scott. All right, that was great. Moving forward to the public hearing. We have before us Resolution 2023-12 approving the terraces of Westlake Phase 1. City Attorney, please swear in all the witnesses who may be presenting testimony.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. All those individuals could testify. Please raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth? Thank you. At this time, Mayor and members of the council, if you have had any ex parte communications, it'd be appropriate to state those for the record.
I have not.
Thank you.
Do we want to read by title before the presentation?
If you prefer, yes, sir.
It's on my screen.
Resolution 23-12, 2023-12. Resolution by title only, a resolution of City Council, City of Westlake, Florida, approving the terraces of Westlake Phase 1 being a replat of portion of Track A, Westlake Pod 1 and Pod J, Plat Book 130, pages 153 and 154, Public Records of Palm Beach County, Florida. Line in Section 12, Township 43 South, Range 40 East, City, Westlake, Palm Beach County, Florida. Providing for recordation, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Mr. Yank.
Good, I'm just looking for my presentation. Zoe's going to get that for me. While I wait for the record, Donaldson hearing you here tonight on behalf of Minto PB LH LLC. And Mr. Carter is here in the audience. And then also with me are my friends, our legal counsel from Lewis Longman and Walker, both Tara Dewey and Catherine Rosmell are here. And we're here to just talk about the plat, although I'll share with you the overall site plan and some of the highlights. So I'm sure you'd be interested in what's coming next here at Westlake. So the site itself is a total of 23.15 acres in total size. And I'm just trying to get this thing to go to the next button. And within this plat, we're proposing a total of 109 attached single-family townhomes. We'll show you the pictures here in a minute as soon as I get the PowerPoint moving in a forward direction. In total, this community, which we're referring to as the terraces of Westlake, will have a total of 250 attached single-family townhomes. And we're proposing them in both a 4 and a 5 unit configuration. And so this townhome is a product is different than what you have seen so far in Westlake. So this is a kind of a different version, similar to, but different than what was done at the Crossings that's under construction. And we're looking at there'll be 2-story, 1,500 to about 1,900 square feet. They'll end up being 3 and 4 bedroom, 2-car garages, and designed in a very nice fashion. So on the screen here is the overall site where you can see the location of the terraces of Westlake. It's located immediately kind of to the south of Sky Cove and to the west of the Groves. And just to the east of Christ Fellowship. So it's in the downtown mixed use land use. And we are required to have a certain minimum amount of residential within the downtown mixed use. And so this helps us meet that criteria. So it's at a great location. To the east of the site is the wonderful Westlake Fitness Trail, which I believe is under construction now. Is that right? Close to being under construction now, and the beautiful lake there that's along the side of the property. And you can go to the next slide, Zoe. There we go. It's working. So this gives you a little closer view of exactly where we're at there within Westlake. So we're south of Green Lane and east of Ilex for a little bit of context. Here's a view kind of what the landscape looks like today. So you can see Christ Fellowship there in the background and the terraces. which runs on the east side of Ilex all the way up to the western boundary of the lake and the fitness trail parcel that's there. So here's a site plan. I know we're here only to talk about the plat, but I just wanted to give you a highlight of what's going on here in the city. So it's 250 total units, be built in 2 phases, the first 109. So on the screen, the yellow line basically delineates phase 1 from phase 2. So phase 2 is to the north or to the left on your screen. And then phase 2 is to the right, to the south side of the site. And you can see how we sit right up adjacent to the fitness park and the lake. So a number of our homes will have, wonderful views on the lake. But in planning terms, we also say that, it's also a great septhead principle because we have eyes on the street. So we have eyes on the park because actually the fronts of the homes are oriented toward the park. So it's a very nice planning principle. This next slide that I have will show you our entranceway. Nice entranceway, very, very comparable to what you see at the crossings. This will be a gated entrance with the, as opposed to the opening gates, it will end up being the arm gates, exactly as what we had done at the crossing. We have our crossings, we have a bus stop that's in the entrance area, very nice, very lushly landscaped. And it terminates as you kind of go to the east at a beautiful green space and park that's framed by 2 of our buildings that front onto that. So very nice entranceway, similar to what we have. And then the other piece I wanted to just highlight, and then I'll stop. I'll show you the more boring pieces of the plat. But we have designed this community to have a number of pedestrian muses. That's what we call them, a muse or a green, which run between the homes. So these homes front onto the green. Their access to their front door is from these pedestrian muses. And it creates a great opportunity for gathering and community, as well as for, sitting out underneath one of our flowering trees. So the site plan is organized around these series of green muses, and they extend and have the opportunity to go all the way out to provide access into the Westlake Fitness Center park. So our residents that are in here will be able to walk right on out into the park. Here's just a quick snapshot of some of the preliminary renderings. You can see some of the same characters, the very nice kind of coastal modern flavor that's provided in the crossings. You see that carried out here. So you see the garage side and then the front side where the entrances are. So very nicely done. And again, we anticipate that these hopefully will come in at a price point a little bit lower than where the crossings are. There's still a lot of construction costs are still rising, but we're very hopeful that we'll be able to deliver these below that. That's obviously why this product was introduced, to provide just a some additional variety and more opportunities for different types of housing within Westlake. There we go. Of course, the plat, which is what we're here for, as noted in the staff report, this plat meets all of the technical requirements of the Florida statutes. It's been reviewed by the Seminole Improvement District staff as well as your city engineering staff and determined to be fully compliant with statutes. And so that's before you. The plat contains dedication language for the easements and the open spaces, signature spots for the city and for the mayor and various parties to sign. And then inside the plat, you get into a little bit more detail, which is what you see here, which really shows you the phase 1 area. So these are fee simple attached single family townhomes. Your code refers to them as attached single family. Often, folks would refer to those as townhomes. So these are fee single lots, which get conveyed to the homeowner, and the plat basically describes that. And with that, more than happy to answer any of your questions. We are really excited about this plan, and think that it will be just another great community here within Westlake.
Thank you, Dawn. Looks like there's great potential for the Happy program here with this product, which I think is fantastic. One thing I wanted to ask about that I didn't see was street parking. Is there street parking?
There is. Yeah, yes, sir. So there is street parking provided actually at the ends of each of those muses and within our mail areas within each phase.
Could we pull the slide up just so I can see it? I know we're just doing the plat, but
I will do that. I will go
trying to
back to
figure
that,
out where
sir.
that was.
There you go. So if you look at the ends of each of the muses on both sides, there's on-street parallel parking that's provided. It's
Not here. Like
no,
here.
right there, right there. There you go. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So at the ends of each of those on all areas of the site.
Street parking.
That's right. Also in front of the green there at the front entrance.
Same thing at the front.
Got it.
Yep. Yeah, so yeah, we work closely with staff and Ken to do that. And so it's in a great location where it's accessible to all residents.
Fire truck has no issues getting around any of these tight turns.
This has to be reviewed by Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, and I know that they're here tonight, and they require us to provide a 20-foot inside, 45-foot outside radius. And we have to have a minimum of a 20 feet of driving surface on all of our roadways. So we do that, and then down toward there's a little green area down to where the north arrow is, a little bit further to the west or to the south. There's a green area that provides emergency access out to the street. So city manager is going to point to it. And so that there, right? So we have yeah, we end up putting, it's a gate. We put a click to enter switch and a knock spot switch on there as required by Palm Beach County Fire Rescue. So they provide great insight and review into all of our applications.
This is fantastic. These will obviously be the premium unit.
Uh,
It's in the water.
Oh, and the units on those muses are all premium as well. So there's lots of variety and options there.
Excellent. Have any comment
Mr.
from
Carter
council?
wants to say a few words.
Oh, please.
Mayor,
Excuse me,
council,
sir.
for the record.
Excuse me, if you've been sworn?
Yes, sir, I did.
Thank
swear.
you.
Thank you. Mayor, council, for the record, John Carter, Senior Vice President with Minto Communities. I'd like to provide just a little bit additional context and maybe a little bit of an update to help understand where and how this particular product is slotting into the community. So let me start with a call I got last week, just in case the council hasn't heard, but Harry Posen over with Label and Company building Sky Cove called me to let me know that Sky Cove South is now sold out.
Wow, did not know that.
So if, Zoe, is there any way I could get you to go back to the overall master plan of Westlake? Perfect. So the method behind our madness, if I may, counsel, going back in time, when we originally reached out to Harry and Label and Company to bring in the Sky Cove product, that was pre-crossings. And so recall that was a 42-foot wide lot. So when we introduced that product through Harry and Label and Company, that kind of set the low price point for entry into the community. So over time, Harry and Sky Cove was very successful, and we knew that, you know, he had a fixed amount of runway as he burned through the units that we had sold to him, which then is why we brought crossings online, because over the course of time, you know, we have seen interest rates climb. We've seen affordability, you know, and continue to have pressure on it. And, you know, I will suggest that our secret sauce here at Westlake has been, and I'm very focused on preserving and protecting that affordability of this community. So as we saw, you know, the price point of Harry's product, Sky Cove, you know, having to go up due to market forces and commodity prices and so forth, you know, we saw the time was appropriate to bring the Crossings product in. So attached single family product, but for those who have been through the Crossings product, it's a spacious unit. It reads and feels almost like a single family home detached, right? And our price point was below that, and probably somewhat in line with Harry. So now with Harry's product gone, Crossings, we are about 50% sold on Crossings, and our current sales pace means where we are today, we have about 11 months of inventory of the Crossings product. So we have a number of internal tools. We try to look ahead and make sure that we have inventory ready to slot into the various types of homes and products that we offer. So knowing that, this was on the horizon, we've monitored our sales pace. We've continued to see the Fed push interest rates up. And those are just factors beyond our control. We think we have finally seen some stabilization on the material costs. So we decided the time was right to bring in an even smaller unit. And I think Don mentioned the size of these units. So in terms of the square footage, these are smaller units. Now, Minto has experience, and we have built this product in another community in Broward County. Was very successful. In fact, we built it in 3 different locations in Broward County. They were home runs. And so we're very familiar with the product. So we reached back, we brought that off the shelf. We made some adjustments to it. There were some complex construction issues that we turned that Rubik's Cube, got rid of those issues, made the product really streamlined, very livable, very open. So even though these units are a little bit smaller, they're going to read and feel very comfortably. Every home's going to have a 2-car garage, right? So a lot of the architecture is going to fit in and slot in with everything else that we've seen. So we think, as we leave through tonight, hopefully with approval of the plat, we're still working through some of our permits on the engineering design side of it. I know Suzanne and Ryan are very engaged, and it's a tighter site, so there's a lot of complexity on the engineering side of it that we're navigating through. And so our plan is to, be mindful of where the Crossings is unfolding and unwinding so that we can now have this positioned and ready to go. I don't want to commit to an open for sale date. And we will put a model of this up. So that'll be, something that we'll bring up here soon, so that we can have this slotted and ready to go as Crossings unwinds. Now, strategically, I'm not at a point where I can commit, would we do another Crossings type of product in another pod? I think we're going to need to see what the Fed does. And if we see that affordability issue still there, we think the sweet spot in terms of that entry-level product may be in this slightly smaller home. And I think, Mayor, you're absolutely correct. This will be, I'm going to say, 100% of each of this entire product series will fit within the Happy program.
Wow.
That's our hope. So I just wanted to provide a little bit of an update and just a little bit of understanding of, how we're turning the Rubik's Cube to protect some of those, fundamental aspects of the community.
Thank you, Mr.
Awesome.
Carter.
Thank you.
Mr. Carter, quick question. Mr. Carter? John? Quick question. So if approved tonight, when do you think you'll begin to turn dirt just for infrastructure purposes?
Ken, do you recall where we are? I think we're close with the SID permit. Vice Mayor, I'm going to say within 45, 60 days. I think, Suzanne, are we pretty close with you? Yeah, I think we're close.
Great.
As soon as he can do his dirt contractors.
Yeah. And given the location, that's the one thing Don had mentioned about, the overall, some of the comprehensive planning goals that we monitor and make sure we remain in compliance with. We also felt like this was a fantastic site. I've have briefed the leadership at Christ Fellowship. They were ecstatic to finally see, some of the development coming down their way. They think they'll feel a lot more interconnectedness within that they aren't already, but they were really excited to see, this product right across the street from them. So.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more comments from council? Let's open up the public hearing. Do we have any comments from the public? Madam Clerk, are there any public comments?
Virtual audience, a moment to raise your. Make a comment. Raise your virtual hand. I still have three. Here we have no comments.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion.
Let's close the public
Oh,
hearing.
I thought you did.
And if there's no further discussion, we have a motion to approve resolution 2023-12.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call.
We have a motion by Vice Mayor Langowski, seconded by Councilman Bayron. Roll call, Councilwoman Bayron.
Yes.
Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Councilman Berkeley.
Yes.
Motion carried 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you, sir. We have before us second reading ordinance 2023-01, chapter 3 amendment, essential facilities and services. City Attorney,
Yes, sir. An ordinance by title only, an ordinance of the City Council, City of Westlake, Florida, amending ordinance number 2019-9, set forth the city's code of ordinances, providing for the creation of section 3 to be entitled Essential Facilities and Services, providing for essential facility services, providing for height of structures, providing for screening and buffering, providing for exemptions from property development regulations, providing for setback requirements, providing for codification, conflicts, severability, and providing for an effective date.
thank you. P and Z, do we have a presentation?
Yes, good evening. For the record, Osnia Leon, Senior Planner for the City of Westlake. The item before you is the second reading for the Essential Facilities and Services.
Just a moment.
This ordinance was approved or recommended for approval on March 14th by the Land Planning Agency, and as well as the first reading was approved by the City Council on March 14th as well. The staff has made some revisions from the first reading with further discussion with the Seminole Improvement District, which are included in your packet, and I will also highlight. Okay, thank you. Again, the essential facilities and services is services included such as roads, bicycle lanes, shared use paths, sidewalks, bridges, transmission lines for electricity, cable, water, including reclaimed water, sewer, gas, and that serve local area demands, electricity, substations, stormwater and drainage facilities and systems, electric car generation ports and stations, transit facilities, and accessory solar facilities. Essential facilities and services do not include wireless communication facilities. On section B, we have updated the language. We have the exceeding the 3 feet in height should be neutral for these facilities. Non-glare color and finish has to make them visually obstructive. In the event the essential facilities are adjacent to property within the R1 and R2 zoning districts, the essential facility shall also provide shrubs or plants material acceptable to the city at least 3 feet in height in time of planting to shield the essential facility from adjacent residential properties. On section C, we have updated language to read this facility shall be exempt from the property development regulations, which set forth minimum dimensions and setbacks except as provided below. These facilities are also not required to meet any of the required lot area and lot dimensions for the zoning district when located, provided the access, buffering, drainage, retentions, parking, and other applicable provisions of this section of the land development regulations are satisfied. Essential facilities should also not have a maximum lot coverage exceeding 75% and shall provide for a minimum pervious percentage of lot coverage of 25%. We have cleaned up the language on section D, A, and B, just to include the essential service facility language. And C, we have updated that language to read, shall provide for a minimum front setback of 30 feet and side and rear setback of minimum of 10 feet. Essential facilities shall not be located closer than 25 feet to any body of water, measured from top to bank. And that concludes all the changes that have been made for your consideration. Staff does recommend approval of all the changes.
Do you have any comments from council?
No comment.
Mr. Mayor, if I might, and members of the council, the process that you're entertaining, and I bring it to your attention. You adopted this ordinance on first reading. It's come back to you as it was adopted by this council on first reading. What you're hearing are recommendations from staff to amend the existing ordinance adopted on first reading. So if you're in agreement, and I certainly would recommend you consider staff's recommendations. I would ask you to entertain a motion to amend the ordinance as your first step. And then if that is approved, to adopt the ordinance as amended.
Fair enough. Any other questions or comments from council? That being said, I would like to entertain a motion to adopt the ordinance as amended.
Yeah.
Well, let's open
I
up
think
public
first we
comment.
have
Amend the
to.
ordinance. You need to amend the ordinance first.
Yes.
But you can open it up first, then come
Yeah,
back.
Open it up for public comment on the potential amended ordinance, and then we'll amend it, and then we'll adopt it as amended.
Mayor received no public comments. We'll give the virtual audience a moment to raise their virtual hands. If you wish to make a comment, please raise your virtual hands. Please state your name and address. You'll have 3 minutes. We have no comments, Mayor.
So first, I'd like to entertain a motion to amend the ordinance.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the amendment of ordinance 2023-01
As recommended by staff.
as recommended by staff.
Thank you.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Leonard, seconded by Councilman Martinez. Roll call. Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bayadon.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Now I would like to entertain a motion to adopt the amended ordinance.
Motion to adopt amended ordinance 2023-01.
1-0. 0-1.
10.
You're right.
2023-10.
No, it is 0.
No, you were right.
I was right.
Right. You were right the first time. I'm looking at two of this. You're right.
As recommended by
What she
staff.
said.
So
Second.
There you go.
Motion by Councilwoman Bayadon, seconded by Councilwoman Leonard. Roll call. Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bayadon.
yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Fantastic. Moving right along to new business. We have before us Resolution 2023-10, selecting a member of the city council to serve in the position of vice mayor. City attorney, please read by title only.
Resolution by title only, a resolution of City Council, City of Westlake, Florida, selecting a member of the City Council to serve in the position of Vice Mayor until April 2nd, 2024 pursuant to city's charter, providing for conflict, severability, and effective date.
Thank you. Comments from council. I, for one, will offer my 2 cents as former vice mayor and now mayor. I think Greg's doing an absolutely incredible job. He's always there to back me up if I can't make it to a TPA meeting. He serves as my alternate. I was able to go to the League of Cities, Palm Beach League of Cities board meeting this morning, but had to bail on the luncheon. Greg was there to represent the city of Westlake. That is an easy decision for me. That would be my vote. But obviously, it's up to the entire council. It's just my opinion. This is something that gets done every single year at this meeting. We select who's going to serve in that vice mayor role. So do we have any comments or questions or
No comments. I think we should vote to select Greg to stay in the position of vice mayor.
If you would, then, Madam Council Member, would you make a motion to that effect, please?
Yes. I'd like to move that we select our current vice mayor, Greg Langowski, did I say that correctly? To remain on serving as the vice mayor of the Westlake City Council. That was a lot of work.
Second.
All right.
Motion by Councilwoman Leonard, seconded by Councilwoman Bayadon. Roll call. Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bayadon.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Weird, but yeah, I feel sorry.
Motion carried.
Congratulations, Vice Mayor.
Mr. Mayor and City Council.
Mr. Mayor, if you then would entertain a motion to adopt the resolution.
I would like to entertain a motion to adopt the resolution.
Motion to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Bayadon, seconded by Councilwoman Leonard. Roll call. Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bayadon.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you, council.
Congratulations.
All right, moving right along.
I thought you were moving or something.
Resolution 2023-11, appointing a voting delegate and alternate voting delegate. We have before us Resolution 2023-11. City Attorney, please read by title only into record.
Respectfully, Mr. Mayor, I'd ask you to entertain the appointment and then we should
Sure.
fill in the names. We got blanks.
Generally, so I actually sit on the board of the Palm Beach County League of Cities. Historically, I've always been the voting delegate. I would recommend we remain as such since I'm at every single meeting. And then we've done the vice mayor as first alternate, and I believe the rest of the council goes
And I
on
think
there.
Ken also.
And Ken as alternates also. So is that what we did last time? Because I see lots of lines here. Is it, do we usually do 3?
Mayor, vice mayor.
I thought it was every council member.
Right, and the city manager.
And city manager.
So
I think we could do that. So
Sorry.
the motion I would like to entertain is to make me the voting delegate. First alternate would be Vice Mayor Langowski, and then the rest of the council, and then city manager Ken, assuming none of us else can make it.
Last resort.
So I do need a motion to that effect. Unless there's some other discussion.
It's a lot of words. So, Mr. Mayor, I propose or move that we adopt resolution 2023 where we are appointing you as mayor, Vice Mayor Langowski, all other council members, and the city manager as the city voting delegate and alternates to the Palm Beach County League of Cities. Period.
I need a second.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Leonard, seconded by Councilman Martinez. Roll call. Councilwoman Bayadon.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Mr. Mayor, I'll read the resolution, but I'll take some liberties at this point. A resolution of the City Council, City of Westlake, Florida, appointing the mayor as the city's voting delegate and the vice mayor and remaining members of the city council, along with the city manager, as alternates to the Palm Beach County League of Cities, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, and providing for effective date.
Thank you. We need a motion,
Yes, sir.
motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt resolution 2023-11.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Martinez, seconded by Councilwoman Bayadon. Roll call. Vice Mayor Langowski.
Yes.
Mayor O'Connor.
Yes.
Councilwoman Leonard.
Yes.
Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Councilwoman Bayadon.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
Council comments. Let's start with Councilman Leonard.
Oh, we're there.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to read a media alert that will be coming out regarding our high school of Westlake. The Wise Academy at Seminole Ridge High School, in partnership with Habitat for Humanity of Greater Palm Beach County, has successfully completed their 10th Habitat Hawk modular home. The modular home, built by the high school students, will be loaded and transported from the school on Monday, May 1st, 2023, beginning at 7:30 a.m. through 1 p.m. to a holding lot in West Palm Beach. So I thought that was great news for our high school students and wanted to share that. That is all I have.
That's very nice.
That's incredibly exciting news. Councilman Martinez.
No comments besides our spring festival was amazing. I was able to attend. It was well attended and thought it was a great yearly event I'm looking forward to.
Excellent. Councilwoman Villadorn.
So I have to thank PBSO. This Sunday was my event. It's SAD awareness. It's a safety awareness day. We had it on Sunday in the community center. PBSO was amazing. They sent so much help, so many volunteers. They keep coming up. Like, I keep seeing police officers coming out and out. I'm like, is it a crime happening here? But they were amazing. Fire department too. They helped. They were there. Everybody, the city of Westlake, their support was great. We had more than 40 kids. They were able to do PBSO cards, ID cards. We need them. They're very important for the security of the kids,
Including my son,
including your son.
deputy mayor.
Yes. It was a very good feedback, and I'm very happy it came out like that, and very thankful for everybody, especially Mr. Carter, for your help and your donation. That was a very good help. Thank you so much. Thank you to Minto to make this happen. And that's it.
Nice.
I just want to say thank you to the mayor and city council for reappointing me for another year.
Well
And
deserved.
I'll say, don't forget, we all see each other again next Tuesday for our next meeting.
All right. I'll close on just saying how excited I am about this conceptual drawing on the park. It's one thing knowing that eventually one day it's gonna happen. It's another actually seeing the layout and the pretty pictures and how it's gonna
Right.
eventually get put together. It's gonna be an absolutely incredible asset to the community and the entire Western District for that matter. That being said, I'm also very excited about this approval for the terraces plat. We need another entry level product in the neighborhood and need a product for Happy. It's actually Happy eligible, so I'm also thrilled about that. We will keep moving the ball forward, and I want to thank my colleagues for their leadership and thank staff for all their incredible hard work. I know these events aren't always the easiest to pull off.
A little more
And,
notice.
What's that?
A little more notice would help on something. 3 weeks is a little tough sometimes.
Taxing, but we did get it done and it was fantastic. So thank you, staff, thank you, colleagues, and thank you guys for your leadership. Let's move forward to staff reports. Let's go with County Fire first. There's a familiar face.
We'll let you back in.
I would say what happened.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. Philip Oliveria, Palm Beach County Fire Rescue. This will be my last meeting. As I'm sure most of you are aware, I have been promoted, so I'm now the Division Chief of Emergency Management for Palm Beach County Fire Rescue. So I get to oversee the entire county.
Get you back.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. But I did want to take this opportunity to thank you guys for, all the business that we did together. Working with Ken's been great. He's a great city manager, and to be able to have that type of relationship that we've had and with the rest of the council is really a great thing. And it shows that partnership between the city and fire rescue. And I know that'll continue with my replacement, who I will now take the opportunity to introduce. So the new district chief for Palm Beach County Fire Rescue Battalion 2 is District Chief Amanda Vomero. She is a good friend of mine. We were actually hired together 22 years ago and went through Recruit Academy together. So I know she will do a great job in the position and she will pick up without missing a beat and continue the relationship. Chief Romero started with Palm Beach County Fire Rescue in 2001. Over the past 22 years, she has risen through the ranks as a firefighter, lieutenant, captain, EMS captain, and a battalion chief, working mostly in this battalion, Battalion 2, and Battalion 4. She also served as the department's recruitment and human resources development officer. Chief Romero has most recently been working as the operations aide under the deputy chief and division chief of operations. Chief Romero serves as the subcommittee chair for the Fire Chiefs Association of Palm Beach County's Safety and Health Collaborative and on the Firefighters Benevolent Fund. She also served on the Regional Diversity Recruitment Team for the Fire Chiefs Association for 5 years and as the department's recruitment team chair. She has worked on the department's Hurricane Command Team and is a certified chaplain volunteering with the department's chaplain team. Chief Romero is a Florida State Certified Fire Officer 1, a fire instructor and fire inspector, and she will soon be completing her bachelor's degree in fire service administration. And with that, Chief Amanda Vomero.
Well done.
Thank you very much. It's an honor and my pleasure to have been selected to serve your community, and I am looking forward to growing with your community. I have no intentions on going anywhere else, so I hope you like me, because for the next 8 years, I'll be here. That being said, I'm going to give you your turnout time and call volume report for the month of August. March. Where am I? It's dinner time. My sugar's low. For March, excuse me. We had a total of 44 turnouts and response times to Westlake. And of that, it was 41 seconds was dispatch handling time. 46 seconds was the average turnout time. 4 minutes and 57 seconds was travel time. So a total of 6 minutes and 24 seconds overall response to the 44 emergencies in your community. The majority of those were alarms, whether it be CO2 alarms, medical alarms, or fire alarms. It was probably about 50% of the call volume last month. 20 of those were medical calls. You had one fire, which I don't even know if it really would, there was flames, but it was a small brush or grass fire at the intersection of Seminole, Pratt, and Town Center Parkway. And they were only on scene maybe 20 minutes. So they took control and put it out right away.
Do we know what caused that?
We don't know what caused that. Yeah.
No rain.
Well, it wasn't last week, that's for sure.
And
Thank you.
Chief, you're local to the area, I hear also, right?
I am a Wellington resident. I've lived in Wellington. I have my husband and I, we're raising our 3 children. We've been residents of Wellington for over 20 years. I was not born and raised in Palm Beach County. However, I've been in Palm Beach County for 40 plus years. I know I'm dating myself, but yes.
Congratulations again on the promotion.
Thank you very much. I am looking forward to it. It'll take me some time to get up to speed and learn all the ins and outs. It's a large district, 9 stations, 5 different councils served. So I'm looking forward to the challenge, though.
There's only 122, though.
That's right. That's right. And I know Engine 21 was here for your safety fair that you had. And even though it wasn't 22, I want you to know that you're still Palm Beach County Fire Rescue family. So any one of our units is yours, any one of yours. They all back each other up and work together. So
fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, that's the back. Captain's back
Yes.
there. He's back there. I don't know if you wanted to talk. Shut me down.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to shut me down.
Yeah,
Like,
come on, now.
I'll make this
We're
brief.
trying to forget you.
I'll make this brief. First off, I'd like to say you've run off 2 fire chiefs and I'm still here. So I understand my commitment to the city of Westlake. With that being said, I know I touched on before possibly trying to get a PAL program out here in the acreage. And we've kind of run into a lot of stone walls with getting literally a building to house that program. So I've refocused my efforts, and I'm actually working now with trying to get a boys club or a boys and girls club out here. We do have several throughout the county, and they align with the schools in their areas. So I've been talking to one of our captains out in Belglade that oversees or spearheads the program out there with some of the Boys and Girls Club members. So I'm working on having meetings with some of the schools and see if any of them are willing to become participants with that type of program with us. You know, there's a lot of different things for the kids to do, but I grew up in a Boys and Girls Club up in Boston, and it keeps you out of a lot of trouble. There's a lot of things they help you with, and tutoring and all kinds of other programs they have on board. So it's a great program. I think it would do a lot of good out here in this area. The one other thing, we came into a discussion with Indian Trails. I know you don't like to hear about them. No, I'm joking, but we were talking about starting a program for COPs, Citizens on Patrol. And when they had the meeting last week, my lieutenant went to that meeting and he discussed with the handful of residents there, and some residents from actually Westlake were there, and there's at least 4 people I've heard from Westlake that would like to start up in a COP program in this area. So if that happens, then we're going to have additional vehicles that will patrol around here with citizens, and they'll look for the issues that you're having and call out to the road patrol deputies and assist with a lot. You got a lot more eyes out in this area. So it's another great program to have out here that assists the city and the unincorporated areas. That would be a very welcome site.
Absolutely.
So that's all I have. Any questions or anything?
Thank you, Captain. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. City Attorney.
Nothing to report, Mr. Mayor, but I do have an alert.
Chair.
This legislative session is still working, and they are passing particular bills that may affect this particular municipality.
Preemptions.
Certain preemptions, but reporting. You may be required to file a Form 6 now, which will require you to identify your income, which you haven't had to do before. So that's,
Why?
I'm not a state rep. I guess it's, but anyway, that and other bills are being monitored by my law firm. Once the session is concluded, and anything that I deem effective that will impact Westlake, I'll bring it to your attention.
Excellent.
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. City Manager. Updates, comments?
Couple updates. We're already working on your events. As a matter of fact, Fourth Fest is around the corner. It's like day after tomorrow. We're working on the site, working with the landowner. We're getting our, shall we say, ducks in a row. We're getting the vendor set up. We're making sure that everything is in line so that we're not going crazy at the last minute. And it is on a Tuesday, which is the 4th. It will be that day. The other thing that is coming up, you should be on the May meeting, is Sid will be bringing in the site plan for their facility, which will be constructed to the south of the substation. So that site plan should be coming in for your approval.
Great.
Other than that, things are good.
Excellent. Thank you, City Manager. Public comments.
Mayor, received no public comment cards before the meeting. We'll give the virtual audience a moment to raise their virtual hand. If you're a caller that has been muted, please press *6. Please state your name and address. You have 3 minutes. Mayor, we have no comments.
There being no further business, I will adjourn the meeting at 7:12 PM. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.